Welcome to today's COVID 19 update. We're speaking with the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony. Minister Anthony, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I wanted to begin with obviously the biggest news to happen yesterday and the Pfizer vaccine coming. So I wanted to start with that. And if you can share with us the rollout plan as of now.
We have received the first set of Pfizer's vaccine here in Guyana, and that's because of our bilateral relationship with the U.S. government. They had allocated about 5 million doses to CARICOM, and of that, we are getting a percentage of those doses here in Guyana. We got the first batch yesterday, so we're expecting in the coming months to receive other batches. So with the allocation to Guyana, we'll have enough Pfizer's vaccine to cover our entire young population, that is persons below the ages of 18 and up to 12. Between the two ministries, Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education, sensitization session, then we'll do some vaccination for students who would like to get vaccinated from Saints. But if there are any other person from around the community who are interested in getting their vaccines tomorrow, they can come. So at tomorrow's session, we'll then unveil the places where we'll be going, the schools, and other places where we'll be going. So we start tomorrow with that sensitization, and we'll unveil the plan tomorrow. We would be working in schools, but we'll also work at some of our regular sites. So if you steal one of those cards, then you can be charged for larceny, and there are specific penalties for that, jail terms, and of course fines and so forth. And then if you change the information that is on the card, that is considered to be forgery. We have had a number of cases that have been reported to us, and we have called in the police to investigate those cases. In some case, or in some of the incidents, the police have made a determination, so very shortly you might see those persons appearing in court. We are very serious about this because if somebody is unvaccinated and they pay for a card, then that can lead to several problems, because if they get sick and they present that card, then there's no way of us, we'll have to go back and check to see whether or not they were actually vaccinated, which would consume a lot of time. But they also, it's a whole set of things that we have to look at. Now, if you are not vaccinated, why would you want to get a card? You're only fooling yourself, because you're not going to be protected. You might have ease of access, but then you will endanger the lives of those persons who are vaccinated or, in that safe environment, because you might very well be carrying the infection. So if you're not vaccinated, then you shouldn't have a card, and then you shouldn't pay for a card. But if you do that and we catch you, you're going to face the full, the full scope of the law.
Yeah.
Because that's, we can't tolerate this kind of behavior, forgery and stealing of cards and so forth. They'll be dealt with by the police and the courts. So generally, I think we're doing very well. We have seen increases in first doses. We have seen increases in second doses. Second dose have been climbing slightly, but nevertheless, we have seen increases. For first dose, we are now at 305,000, and 12 persons who would have received their vaccines, first dose vaccines. And for second dose, we're at 155,688 persons who would have received the second dose of the vaccine. No, because what you want to do is to get vaccinated before you get an infection so that your immune system can be primed, be able to recognize the antigen or COVID-19 virus, so that it can produce antibody. That priming has to be before you get the infection, and that's why it's important that you get the vaccine. So you get a vaccine before, and if you do become exposed with someone with COVID-19, your body would be ready to defend itself against the virus.
Well, that's it for today's COVID-19 update. Of course, we just spoke with the Honourable Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony. Remember, for more information, you can log on to our website, dpi.gov.gy, and the Ministry of Health's website as well, health.gov.gy, and of course, our social media platforms.